What? Huh? Someone clicked on my video? Must have been an accident. Before you leave because my cringe accent is too weird or the small amount of subscribers scares you. Give this video a chance because I did my absolute best to put together 4 of the most important realizations that I had that changed my driving from beginner to top 20% driver. Guys, this video will continue in just a few seconds, but I have to say I just started editing this video and the problem with me is not only the accent, it's also my voice just sounds like someone squeezes my nuts the whole time. I don't know why. So I know it's pretty hard to watch the whole thing. Maybe you can. If you really do watch the whole thing, then let me know in the comments. That would be awesome. Heads off to you. And if you don't, I'm not mad at all. I understand. Maybe in the future I can work on my voice or whatever. So yes, there's already a lot of sim racing tips videos out there, but to me most of them just sound exactly the same. So even if you've heard some of these tips before, I'll try to explain them from my own experience, maybe in a different way than you've heard before. So if you're struggling with any of these things, maybe you will understand them better or at least get a new perspective.
So that's how it works.
And if you are still not sure if this video is worth your time, just listen to what Max Verstappen himself had to say about me and my sim racing videos.
Why braking feels so stressful?
Does braking feel stressful to you? Like you're on a knife's edge in every braking zone? Because for me, it did. Braking felt really stressful in the beginning and that's not a good thing. Let me explain. Racing works like in the movies, right? Full speed, head to head, whoever brakes later wins. That's exactly how I thought in the beginning. And to be honest, it worked. I won races, I gained iRating every day and I felt fast. But that was a problem, because once I got into higher splits with better drivers, braking later wasn't just enough anymore. Actually, it completely backfired. I overheated tires, missed apexes, overshot corners, spun off track. I was basically overdriving the car all the time. So I did what most of us do. I searched YouTube for help. And the #1 thing you always hear is drive slower to be faster. Slow in, fast out.
First, let's break this misconception that braking late is gonna make you faster.
You've hit the brakes too late and too hard. Back up that brake point.
So I tried that and yeah, it kind of worked. My lap times got a little bit more consistent, a bit quicker, but I really didn't understand why. Until one day when I was practicing for my first ever race at Road Atlanta and turn 1 felt really horrible. Stressful every lap. Then I followed a 5-6K rated driver into turn 1 and almost crashed into him because he was braking way earlier than I did. So I thought, well, with his rating, it's probably my braking marker that's wrong. So the next lap I tried braking earlier and smoother and I gained 3/10 in just that corner alone. I was thinking about braking completely wrong. I thought braking was something you have to avoid, something you want to make as short as possible. But instead, think about your brakes as a tool to control the car through a corner. And if that sounds kind of like trail braking to you, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Trail braking is not about stopping a car, it's about controlling speed and rotation through a corner. Here's the key part. You're trying to hit 2 things at once, the right speed and the apex. And if you brake too late and too hard, that's incredibly hard to do consistently. But if you brake a bit earlier and then release the brakes into a corner, trail braking, you buy yourself something incredibly valuable. Time to adjust, time to aim, time to be precise. It's like trying to hit the pit entry speed by braking as late and as hard as possible versus braking earlier and releasing the brakes progressively. Even if you don't hit it perfectly, it will still be better 9 out of 10 times because the slower you get, the more you release the brakes and the more time you have for your inputs. And that's the key. This is why slow in, fast out actually works. And no, this does not mean late braking is useless. Late braking is a weapon in battles. But if you use it everywhere all the time, it will most likely work against you.
The missing brake feeling.
This one is really helpful for beginners, but actually also for everyone. Maybe you're new to sim racing or you have new pedals or you just had leg day. Whatever. For me this happens sometimes when I'm driving more than 2 hours because then my concentration starts to faint and I start to lose the finesse on the brakes. So every time this happens, I use this simple and fast trick. Turn on your telemetry and start playing with the brakes. I know this sounds a little bit boring or too easy, but I promise this helps and it takes only 1 minute. Hit the brakes with 80% brake pressure and then check if it really is at around 80%. Then go 0 to 80 a few times and do the same thing with other brake pressures as well, with 100, 50, 30, 30-20. This was especially helpful for me at low brake pressures, like 1 to 30%, where you need a lot of precision for trail braking or just shifting the weight forward for better rotation without really slowing down the car. Trust me, this really helps. When I was talking to Max Verstappen about this method, he really loved the idea. He actually sent me a video of him using this routine before a race. Yeah, there it is, take a look.
A car's real limit.
That stressful knife's edge feeling that I talked about earlier, it's not just about braking, it's actually everywhere. Driving a car fast means you're constantly at the car's limit, and you have to get comfortable driving at this limit. The problem is, when we are doing practice laps to get faster, we never test the car itself. It's always in combination with the track and specific corners. So that's what we are getting better at, combination of car and track. But the track changes. Every time you miss a braking point or another car pushes you offline, your line changes from what you have practiced, and suddenly the car behaves differently than what you have practiced. That's why you need to focus on the car itself and learn how the car behaves in every situation. And that's exactly why iRacing has a track called Skid Pad, where you can focus on the car itself. So here is what I would do every time I learn a new car or I feel disconnected from a car. Drive all those circles at different speeds. Find the limit, and with smooth inputs, change your steering angle and your throttle input to try to push the limit even further. When the car starts to slide, instantly correct with small adjustments. And then go over the limit on purpose and learn how the car behaves when it's overdriven. Or try new techniques, like for example, try catching a spin by inducing understeer. Even though this guy probably does not believe me, that actually works. Change the brake bias and learn how that affects the car. Overheat the tires, the fronts, then the rears, then all 4 tires. Basically, things that happen in real races and more. So the next time you're in a race and start to lose control, it will feel comfortable because you will know exactly what to do. This tip saved me a lot of times from crashing and is a real game changer.
Your enemies.
This is probably the most important tip for beginners. I still remember the first really clean battle that I had. I made a fair move to the inside, but I was not quick enough to be in front of the other car before the apex. And previously when that happened, it almost always led to a crash. I already saw myself getting a repair in the box, but nothing happened. I couldn't see the other car in front or in my mirror, so I was like, where is this guy? Then I pressed the look left button and no shit, there he was, right next to me. We fought side by side for several corners without even touching once. And that moment was special to me because he was driving mindful, respectful and fair. Exactly like I was trying to drive. And this is what makes racing fun and enjoyable. But here's the thing, it took me weeks and a lot of iRating and a massive mindset shift to finally get to that point where battles like this are even possible. When I started SimRacing, I had this competitive mindset that I talked about earlier, and while I think that's actually a good thing, it also made me view every other driver on track as my enemy. I wanted to win every race and not lose a single position, so I went for every gap that I could find and I defended way too hard. And in sim racing, especially in lower split races, there is only 2 ways this can end. You either crash into somebody or somebody crashes into you. So here's the mindset shift that I had that basically removed crashes with other cars instantly. I stopped seeing other drivers as enemies and stopped trying to beat everyone. Instead, I focused on driving my fastest race. The other cars just drive their fastest race at the same time, survive the first lap chaos, and after that the felt naturally spreads out anyway. Faster cars will end up in front and slower ones fall back, and you usually finish about where you belong anyways. If you are quicker than the car in front, there will be more than one overtaken opportunity, so take the one that is safe and that's it. Once you reach higher splits, racing naturally becomes more respectful, and that's when you can start making more aggressive moves again. But even then, aggressive usually means much less aggressive than you might think. So just listen to your spotter, be smart and get a good finish.
No?
Hello Max.
No?
Yeah, it's Simon. Hello. I just wanted to let you know the new video is out.
know.
Simon Adli
I don't know.
from YouTube.
I don't really care.
Hello? He will call back. Tell me what you thought about this video in the comments. On TikTok, I'm almost at 400 subscribers, but YouTube is still growing slowly, so I'm genuinely happy for every subscriber. And thanks for watching.